Hello, welcome back to Backyard Veggies. I'm just going to start by saying a big thank you to everyone who's commented on my videos and liked and subscribed. It does actually mean the world to me, because I didn't think I was going to get any likes or anything or messages. I'm only really doing this just to document the work that I'm doing on the back garden. I'm actually doing it as well as a confidence boost for me, because I do lack quite a lot of confidence. So I'm not going to babble on anymore about that, but I'd just like to say a big thank you to everybody. And also I'm going to show you the seeds and everything, how they've started coming on. So I'll turn the camera around and we'll show you what's been happening with the seeds. I've got my potatoes there. They're in my living room window at the moment, and they're chitting really well. They're going nice and slowly, so I'm quite happy with that. And they was the second earlies, and they're called Anya. I'll just quickly show you my terrarium. My son brought me that years ago, and I planted it all up, and it just goes mad. It does. And as for the lettuce, that's not what I've grown. It's some that I brought. So I've just put it in the window. So I'm just going to take you upstairs now and show you the other seeds. Now, these are all in my bedroom window at the moment. I've got my cucumbers there, which were the lunchbox ones, and they was called Diva. I've got 5 of those. One of them, this one here, was a bit slower, but it's still coming. They was the 3 peppers that I did in the aero garden. And I started them off in there, and then I transplanted them, and they're doing brilliant. Could do with them slowing down a little bit, I think. And then we move along to my spring onions. Sorry about the light if it's a bit bright, but we're not going to complain with this glorious sunshine today. So the spring onions are still yet to germinate. I've got some lettuce growing in there, which has done really well. That's just a plant that I picked up very cheaply from the garden centre. And then these are all my brassicas. Well, some of them. We've got 2 types of broccoli, Brussels and a cauliflower. They've germinated really well, but there was a new seed. They were. And also, they was my exhibition onions, and they've started dying. So I'm going to try and transplant out of it what I can. Don't hold up much hope, to be honest with you, because I did 2 trays, if you remember, and the other tray I transplanted, and they've all died. So I went to the garden centre and got some onion sets, just as a backup plan. So I'm going to plant them today and put them into cells and sort them out. So that's in my back bedroom window at the moment. So I'm just going to take you and show you the aero garden. Right, this is the aero garden all set up. This is in the other bedroom where we just dump everything. And they was my lettuce, which are called a maize. They come in really well. They are. And then in that tray, that was the old seed, which haven't germinated yet. So I'm just going to give them a bit longer and see how they go. So that's them. So I'm just going to go outside now and we're going to start doing a bit of work out there, because I'm not going to be staying in today because there's sun shining. It's too good of an opportunity to miss. So I'll see you outside. Right, I've come outside. I'm just going to show you the onion sets, what I've set. I've set all them up ready now. I didn't film it because I didn't want it to bore you with just planting onion sets. So I'll show you those, and then I'll take you onto the front garden. I'll show you the planter, and then I'm just going to do a garden tour of the front garden just to show you round a little bit. Because right, I've planted my onion sets. Strigata are the white ones, Strigata Giant I think they're called, and then the red ones are Red Baron. This it says on the packet there was 50, but I think it's just a little bit under 50, but that's fine. And then there's another set there on the top, and then they was the sweet peas that I planted, which were called Singing the Blues. And I put them outside in this, I don't know if you can remember this little greenhouse that Kev made for me, which we haven't put into its final position yet, but I think they'll be all right there. So I'll take you right front and show you the planter. Right, this is the planter that me and Kev's made. We've just made it out of rough wood, and I'm going to stand it on some bricks. I'm going to paint it in spring, and then we've just lined it inside with a bit of old lining that we had. So that's all ready now for the Acer tree to be planted. So we've got that to sort. So I'll just take you a little walk around my front garden. I've got a smoke bush in that pot. It's the red one. I don't know the Latin name for it. And I've got a clematis there. I've got that one there with the red berries. I'm not sure the name of it. I think it's Cotonesta, but I'm not 100% sure of the name. Then we've got like a border all the way down here. I've got another clematis there and another Cotonesta. I've got a stilby down there, which is still dormant at the minute. It's a bit early, isn't it, yet? Then going over my archway, I've got a wisteria, which is beautiful. And then there's my greenhouse, which is there, which has still got to be sorted out. I've got my craft room there. I've got another Acer tree here. Not sure of the name of that one. I've got some ferns in that bed. They like raised planters. I've got that one. It has beautiful pink flowers on it in spring, and the scent is amazing. I wish I could bottle it because it's that nice. That's a Daphne. And that's the 2 planters, and that's another acer tree in the far one. And that's my fish pond in that one. I've got some golden orth in there, a couple of goldfish, and then there's a couple of carp. And it's about, what, 3.5 foot deep, because it goes down, and it goes down below the wall. I've got another acer tree there. That's a green acer tree, and I think it's Acer dissectum, that one. I've got the elephant's ear there. That's a spring flowering one. That one's just starting to come into flower. Look, I don't know if you can see through the branches. Got another raised planter, and that's got my Fatsia japonica in that one. And then I've got that one. That's a beautiful red, like a bright red bush, and it has pink flowers on it. It's all starting to grow, look. I'm not sure if they're some of the flowers that are coming on it, but I don't know the name of that one. If I can find the name, I'll put it on the screen. And I've got a boxus bush there, which is sentimental because it was my mum's, and my mum's no longer with us now. So I want to try and keep that if I can. I've got my Lord Derby apple tree. I've got my bird table. I've got my rhododendron. That's a white one. White rhododendron in there. And then I've just got a few little bits and bobs down here that I've potted on. I haven't really got room to put them anywhere, but so that's that. I've got a clematis on there. I don't know if you can see it. Look, it's there. That's like a pink doubled one. I'll go slowly, try and not make you dizzy. I've got a little azalea there with some ivy in. It's planted in a no chimney pot. And then that planter, I'm going to empty that, and I'm thinking about putting some trailing tomato plants in what I've got. I'm going to take that round the back. It's a fish pond from the other side. And then I'll just go back down here and show you the cercis. It's not the red one. It has a little bit of red on it. That's the cercis, which is there, and that has spring flowers on it, and they're a pinky colour. So that's really a tour of my front garden. So we'll see you in the next one. So bye for now.